Alright, welcome to Coding Journal by the Academy. In this tutorial you'll learn HTML select. What is HTML select? This is one of the HTML elements that is used for selecting items. It could be countries, it could be products. So for this case we shall create our first HTML project by using HTML select. First of all, what is HTML? HTML is a hypertext markup language. It's a language that is used for structuring a website. HTML has heading, that is which we call H1. Here we can say hello world. Can call this to be hello world. And this is heading 1. And then it has heading 2. You can say welcome to learn HTML. And then it has paragraph. Then we can say lorem ipsum, which is the internal build. So when we refresh our preview, you'll find we have these HTML contents which are here. And in my previous lecture I talked about HTML and it was a complete lecture. So scroll down to look for basic HTML lecture and subscribe to follow more. So for this case, we're going to learn HTML select. How do we include HTML select in our HTML content? Let us create a div called the container with a class called container. This div, and inside it we shall include a HTML content, and this we call it select. When you type select press tab, and this select is having ID, but we're not interested to put the ID. We don't need at the moment. Want select to have just, let me say, class, and then this class we call it select. And then inside this select we have what is called options. So we shall say option. This is select element which shall ask us to choose what exactly we want to select from the web page. Especially the option is the name of what we want to choose. The option here we shall say, maybe we say we're choosing countries. Let us say Uganda. Here it is the value that we want to include. So this value can be Uganda, something like that. And then here we have Uganda. And then we'll have another option. Press tab. The value is in, let's say, Nigeria. And then here we have also Nigeria. And then another option value. Let's talk about Kenya. The value is Kenya. And then we shall have here Kenya. So when you refresh this page, you'll find that we're already having a selection option here. So when you click on this, you find there are different countries you could choose. You can choose Nigeria, or you can choose Kenya. So this is basically how you can include a selecting element in HTML. So can we use this to create a web page that shall ask a user to put its name and then select the country where the user comes from? So here let us get rid of the first example, and then here let's build a page here, and then we call this page, we give it a title. We call it to be user form, and then we want to have in the head section we want to have a style page where we can style this form. We say style, It has open tag and closing tag. Style is basically where we're going to style the HTML elements, and this is by using CSS. CSS is a cascading style sheet. I have a tutorial that talks about CSS. You can check around and subscribe such that you start following this tutorial. So here we want to have in the body section, we want to create a div which has a class name container, and this way we shall store all the HTML elements. And we want to have a heading section, that is H1. We say welcome to our web page, welcome to our web page. And then when we refresh it here, you'll find we'll be welcomed by what we're doing there. And then we need to give it a paragraph. You say fill the form below, fill the form below. So this one will ask our user to fill a form, so we refresh this, and then it gives that paragraph there. And then we want to have a form, we shall say form, and then this form here, we don't need to have an action type because we are not including JavaScript here. Inside this form, we want to have a user's name and an email. Then we'll ask a user to put the country where the user comes from. So we shall have an input. The input type is text, and then we want to have a placeholder. The placeholder will be your name. And then here I want to have another input, and that input we called it we have input, and then input type is now email, not text at this time, email. And then the name is email, and then we give it a placeholder. The placeholder will be your email. So here we want a user to also have a password as well. So for this case, we shall come here, press enter. We say input type. This will be password because we want a user to have password as well. Input type will be password, and then we want the name to be password. And then a placeholder, we give it a placeholder to be password. So here the user is going to be asked to fill the form, and whereby the user has to put the name, the email, and the password. So for this case, let's change this one to be in small letters. We call this your name, and when you refresh here, that is what appears, and the password. And then the user will be asked to choose a country where the user comes from. Especially, let's take a situation that we are making this web page for someone. The countries are only restricted to be in East Africa. So for this case, we shall make countries that are within East Africa. So let us make a selection for these countries. say select, and then inside this selection we don't want to have an ID at the moment. We just want to have the name to be let's say countries, something like that. And then inside it we want to say we have option values. Option, that is referring to what exactly we want to select. We want to start a country with Uganda, and then here we say Uganda. We want to have another option here, option value. We want to say Kenya. And then here we have Kenya. And then below here we want to have another option value, and that is for Burundi. And then here we have Burundi. Below here we can copy this to have various countries at a go. Just Ctrl C and Ctrl V, you paste below. Just copy the whole of this, the option select values here, Ctrl C, and then paste below here, paste, Ctrl V. So from here we shall have, instead of having Uganda, we shall have Rwanda. We'll make this to be Rwanda, and then we shall have this to be DR Congo. And then inside it is the Congo, is the DR Congo, the value. And then here we shall have South Sudan. And then here we have also South Sudan. So this is basically the countries that we want to illustrate the example with. When you refresh this page, you'll find that you have a form which a user can be asked to fill. So let us say this is our website, and this website is about users. The users are asked to fill the form, and then they can submit their information to a database. So we shall have a button below here, and then we call this button to be submit, because we want a user to submit an information in this to a web page. So when you refresh, yes, you have a button that can submit. So let us make these forms to appear horizontal, like break, BR. You find they keep breaking. So you have BR, select, and then lastly we have to also break this with our whatever, and then when you refresh the page, you have this. So here the user can put the first name, let's say Abubaida, and then the second name can be the email can be abu2020@gmail.com, and then the password can be ab0684jk, something like that. And then Abu can select a country where he comes from, can select Uganda. Abu can select DR Congo. So Abu can also select South Sudan. So this can be submitted to a browser. So this is the web page. We can style this web page a little bit such that it becomes beautiful. For this case, we shall use our style page here, the CSS, because we want to talk about the first of all about the body. We shall say body. When you say body, we want to give it a background color. Background color to be something like orange. We share orange. So when you refresh this, you have a web page with the background color orange. We say display flex justify content center, align item center, and then flex direction can be column. Flex direction can be column. Yes, so when you refresh the page here, yeah, you find the whole element is in center. So let us make the H1 elements to carry white text, and we style it to say color. We want color to be white. Yes, and then we want font size to be 20 pixels, and then we want to make sure text is aligned center. Text aligned center. Text aligned center. So when you refresh the page here, yes, you find now the whole stuff is looking okay. What about when we make paragraph P? We want to style paragraph P. We say color. We make its color to be blue. Yes, we give it a font size to be 18 pixels. And then we say text align center. Text align center. When you refresh the page, yes, that is exactly what is. So here the user can be able to put his name, let's say Osman. The email is at gmail.com, something like that. Then put a password, blah blah blah, and then choose a country. Yes, and you can submit the form. So ladies and gentlemen, this was all about how to use HTML select and to make such a simple web page. Please subscribe to this channel and get more HTML contents that we are creating every day. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. See you in the next lecture.